Mr. President, honored delegates, ladies and gentlemen, we shall propose further cooperative efforts between all the nations in weather prediction and eventually in weather control. We shall propose, finally, a global systems of communication satellites linking the whole world in telegraph and telephone and radio and television. The day need not be far away when such a system will televise the proceedings of this body to every corner of the world for the benefit of peace.
Another example is the array of technologies, often referred to collectively as geoengineering, that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change. One that has gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection, or SAI, a method of seeding the stratosphere with particles that can help reflect the sun's heat in much the same way that volcanic eruptions do. An SAI program could limit global temperature increases, reducing some risks associated with higher temperatures and providing the world economy additional time to transition from fossil fuels. This process is also relatively inexpensive. The National Research Council estimates that a fully deployed SAI program would cost about $10 billion yearly.
To start the new month, claims tonight international vapour trails laid by international organisations could be filling Central West skies with dangerous chemicals. Opponents of these mysterious chemtrails, which have been appearing over Dubbo and other Central West centres, argue science is being perverted to change local weather patterns and keep Australia in drought.
These weirdly shaped vapour trails above Dubbo make curious patterns, but concerns tonight it could signal a systematic poisoning of the skies above Western New South Wales. Jet planes often leave contrails, but these vapour trails aren't on any recognised flight paths, and they run closely parallel and cross over in gigantic X shapes.
For water. In the early 2000s, the UAE started performing regular cloud seeding operations. Cloud seeding is the process of increasing the amount of rain produced from clouds.
So, as we've been reporting for the past week or so, fine dust concentrations.
All right, guys, finally got it. Where we needed the broadcaster. We're down to 5 days, 54 minutes till the YouTube apocalypse. Anyway, we got quite a bit of news to get into. Right off the bat, heads up, down in Florida, casualty role player opportunity to support the National Guard training exercise, December 10th through 12th, 2019. A Florida-Georgia National Guard training exercise on December 10th through 12th near Stark, Florida. The exercise will be conducted as an emergency response to simulated incidents, and they will portray various physical and emotional conditions and may go through a decontamination as many as 3 to 4 times. You can get up to $325 for 3 days, but we also got another one on December 11th. They're now hiring casualty role players in Alabama National Guard training exercise on December 11th near Anniston, Alabama. Same thing. You may have to go through decontamination 3 or 4 times. This one you can make $100 to $125 and get some snacks. So heads up in them 2 areas. You never know when these things go live. We've got a whole nation shut down for door-to-door vaccination campaign down in Somalia, or Samoa. The government of Samoa has taken a level-up approach to address the ongoing battle with the measles outbreak that has now claimed 55 lives, 23 babies, 12 months, 27 children between 1 and 4. In a public notice issued this morning, the government confirms that a team of vaccinators will be going door to door with the aim of covering every single family in Samoa. So heads up if you're down in that area. They're going to be injecting you with who knows what. Don't trust the governments. It looks like could be making a difference. More than 1/3 of the U.S. adults are not getting the flu shot this year, survey finds. Good. That's 1/3 of the people that won't be carriers. At least half of all Americans have had the flu shot this year. Oh, less than half. Good. 1/3 do not plan to get one. The 2019-20 season shows signs of ramping up. A new poll. So they're ramping up the flu with polls. Anyway, hopefully we can keep making a difference on that. So we had this weird, rare fog dome that forms above North Wales as temperatures plummet to -4°C on the coldest weekend of the season. Cold weather alerts have been issued for much of the country as forecasters expect severe cold weather. A rare UFO-like fog dome was spotted by a woman walking her dog in North Wales. Hannah Blandford, 33. Got to get to 33 in there. And like I said, man, that cold's not going to be there as long as they say. They're heating up the ionosphere. They're pushing the cold over towards the United States. And we'll get into that here in just a little bit. Temperatures are expected to drop below freezing this weekend. Cold weather alerts have been issued for much of the country as forecasters expect severe cold weather to set in today. Here's the pictures of the fog dome. Pretty wild. So she said she watched it for about 10 minutes and the dome started to flatten out. It looked like a very thick, low-lying cloud. It spread out across 12 fields and covered a huge area. Forecasters think the fog dome was caused by heat rising from the ground. See, they don't know. Forecasters, meteorologists, they don't know what this stuff is going on. There's something going on underneath the crust. And we'll get into that a little bit later. I think that's all the photos they had was just the 2 photos. Pretty crazy looking though, for sure. Yeah, I guess that's all the pictures. Wow, what's that? Is that the wall, the ice wall? So we had another monster sinkhole swallow up some people. Remember, we just had one in Russia where the guys in the car fell in the sinkhole and it boiled them to death. It boiled them alive. And now we got this monster 100-foot sinkhole swallows up 3 people, including a father and his, I guess it was supposed to be a 1-month-old son, are missing after the giant sinkhole swallowed a street sweeper, an electric bike, before filling with water. Man, that's horrible. Check this out. Oh, that's not the... Oh, yeah. I guess they did catch it on camera. I think I watched a different video, but man, sad stuff right there. Check out the size of that hole. Yeah, I think this is the one I watched here. I mean, you can just see the street just going away. It's just dropping back in on itself. Pretty crazy stuff right there. Yeah, I remember that one where all the Corvettes got, fell into the sinkhole. Yeah, look at the stretch they got on them things, man, trying to dig in there. I mean, them people are gone. These sinkholes swallow you right up. That one guy got swallowed up from his bedroom. His whole bed, everything dropped in there, never to be heard from again. So just when you think things can't get much worse, the power companies will soon be paying you to cut your energy use. So the units installed, this is down in Australia, I think. So the units installed on the walls on his apartment look the same as any other air conditioners, but there's a difference. They're fitted with peak smart technology. It allows the electricity company to send a signal that turns the air conditioner down for a short while during times of peak demand when the network is feeling the strain. So basically, when you need the air conditioner, they're going to turn it down to what they feel like it should be at. You know, we pay these electricity companies tons and tons of money. My electric bill is like a house payment. It's ridiculous. It's robbery. So anyway, they're going to be controlling the thermostat in 100,000 households. See, they demand management keeps the lights on and the bills down. Yeah, right. My bill has gone nothing but up. You know, they're just getting away with whatever they want. So, nuts, man. So we've had, down in my neighborhood here, rock wall collapses onto a highway. I think we got a little bit of footage here. I haven't played this, so we'll just see. But it kind of went along with the backup channel videos I did today. Let me see if I can bring the thumbnails in. Now, if you haven't went over the backup channel, I did a couple of short videos today. And you can see how the sky was pretty blue up in North Missouri. But the ground looks like the whole place around here is shifting around. All the light poles are leaning different directions. The ground just looks totally deformed. But then the sky turned into this giant sun halo, the sun dog, as I started heading south. But just a lot of weird stuff going on. Tons of earthquakes. I mean, I just had 3 go off as I was getting ready for the show. 5.1 in China, 5.6 in Russia, and a 5.0 in Russia. Just like in the last 15 minutes. Now, if you remember me talking yesterday or last night, if you were with us last night, I told you that the mainstream news was going to start talking about the polar vortex. And here it is. The next day, I think they watched the show. Check it out. Coming out of severe weather Europe, polar vortex cold. The tropospheric core of the polar vortex will meet high pressure for the North Pacific, initiating minus 30 degree or Celsius air mass transport into the United States this next week. I've been calling this for a couple weeks. Exactly what we talk about. They come out afterward and say the same things we said. So it's like they watch the show and then they do their forecast or something. I don't know. Something's weird. Out of the BBC weather, dangerous UK travel chaos warnings ahead of an extreme minus 10 Celsius Arctic snow plunge. We've seen all these storms were fabricated, sent their way. And the storms are just going to continue to get worse because they just keep on manufacturing the storms. They keep loading the skies up. We had thunderstorm reported in the northern part of Maine. Seeing all that coming. We have more and more fires. Now we got them in this one's coming out of Auckland. Black smoke, building catches on fire. Look at that toxic smoke. Now something's going on here. Let's see if I don't have an article, I don't think, for this. I thought I did. Oh, here I got one. All right, so coming out of the big wall, tropical cyclone Wxxx is heading into the area where unprecedented rainfall recently has killed hundreds in the eastern and central Africa, where already 1 million people are displaced. We're talking about the Horn of Africa. Now, I've talked about a million times about how David Miles and his weather altering program made it snow in the Horn of Africa for the very first time back like in 2006. Well, the first thing I thought of, well, let's go look over here at the Weather Generator Project out of the Middle East. They've been modifying the weather since 1995. You know, and they've been quiet here lately. Usually they document every single storm. Project Green Desert in the Middle East. But check this out. The same area that they killed the last cyclone that was headed right for the same area on November 3rd, the cyclone Kayar and Maya are absolutely destroyed. Let's check this article out. See, they can destroy these cyclones. These people are already flooded, but they don't care. They want to turn the desert green. So this was on November 3rd. Cyclones Kayar and Maya are absolutely destroyed. Once again, we showed the effectiveness of the weather modification technology, the weather generator located in Dubai. We have switched off and the WG to prepare for the groundwork for rain enhancement mode to increase precipitation through northern Africa and the Middle East. We would like to warn our viewers in advance that we are going to switch the mode of weather generator to rain enhancement as promised. You know, people don't think this is going on, man. Here's a company that promotes everything they do over here in the Middle East and turned into the most powerful hurricane in the world during this period. The generator was turned off. They destroyed the hurricane. We called it before we even knew they did it. We watched it, and then we come back here and look, and sure enough, they affected the storm. They document all the weather engineering that they do. So back on the 30th, attention, Dubai generator was forcefully shut off. So pretty crazy stuff that's going on with the weather controllers. And I'm really surprised they haven't had a new article since November 20th. What are they doing? Maybe it's out of control. So we're going to take a look at the water vapors and stuff on the Mimic map. And let me see, I got all that. I don't need that. Done with that. In fact, let's go check that right now. Let's go to the tropical cyclone page. Oh man, look at that. What in the world is going on out here? So we still have Tropical Storm Kimura. Now we have a new Invest 92A, Tropical Storm 3, Tropical Storm 2, Tropical Storm 6. What the heck is going on? Now, I showed in the last few nights that this typhoon that hit the Philippines was supposed to go up. It was supposed to go up towards China, but then it went completely opposite of all the wind patterns, all the air currents. It went opposite. It went the wrong way. It's still going the wrong way. Let me just click on a couple of these. Let me get them in the browser so you guys can see them. Nice crowd out there, guys. Thanks for sharing this out. We know they don't want to see the information that we're putting out. It goes against their agenda. What's really crazy is when I seen this track for the see, this thing was supposed to come right up and not even hit the land and go up. Every single typhoon before this typhoon, that's the tracks they took. The crazy thing, when the storm first developed, there was only two tracks, a GFS and another model. One went straight east and the other one went straight west. I was like, what? I should have took a screen capture of that. So let's see what this thing is looking like. So it really looks like nothing right now. What else do we got here? Let's try Tropical Storm 6. I mean, these are in some weird places right here. You don't get too many. I mean, we had a pretty bad one that hit last year in Madagascar. So look at that one's definitely heading for the Horn of Africa. I mean, these people are already flooded out. You heard millions have been displaced already. Let's go ahead and check these other ones. Let's check Tropical Storm 2. It sucks I gotta paste these in here because it's a different deal. So that one's gonna go hit Madagascar. It may be a category 1. I mean, we're gonna have to really watch this stuff down here. And then let's try this Tropical Storm 3. See, after one typhoon or cyclone type storm goes through there, it should have cooled the water off. There should be no reason for all these other cyclones to be forming. It don't even make sense. And that one's going to go down and hit the island straight out off of Madagascar. And I accidentally closed the page down. Let's go ahead and check the mimic map, see what's going on. And this is, you know, one thing, when you're modifying the weather in one area on the planet, it's affecting the other area. Look, we're getting some weird signatures. Now, them kind of look like stitching errors, so just got to look at this a little bit. You can always tell when it's a stitching error because it'll be in the S patterns, the patterns of the flights. But yeah, I just want to kind of look over this real quick here. So you got a hunk of the atmospheric river spitting over California. This atmospheric river is actually trying to go up where it normally goes. And there's just tons of water vapor over here to the west of Asia. So it looks like the desert is going to be getting flooded. You know, the whole atmospheric river, once you get over here around Guam, it's farther south. You know, usually it stays up above the 0 latitude. And now it's, you know, see, this is all up above. Now over here it's dipping way down towards Madagascar. Got some funky stuff going on down there by New Zealand. All right, so I got that documented pretty good. Now these are the bunker fuel ships that are deploying out off the coast of California. And you also have some more out here somewhere. I had it expanded out earlier, but I was trying to zoom in on there to see, you know, who all was out here. What are they doing? They're all going the same way. They're all headed towards the coast. That'll probably take forever to load. Let's just go ahead and check the worldview map. Where are we at here? We're down below south of Louisiana. We've been seeing this a lot lately. How they're spraying down here in the south, either Texas or Louisiana. Now we'll see what this spray turned into over the day. So they kept hitting the same area. And then they expanded a little farther to the east. And it got a little bit worse. And where's the final? Yeah, so I guess that's it right there. So now it's just kind of drifting more. It's getting thicker, creating the cloud layers. Now these almost look like a new form of clouds up here over Kansas. Right where the heavy aerosols were deployed today. Look at this big fat liner. Let me get that to clear up a little bit, if it will. So, yeah, look at these weird clouds. Well, they're not really clouds. These are dispersed aerosols that turned into clouds. I think we're going to have to come up with our own cloud names for all these different clouds that we're coming across every night. I mean, these are just weird looking. Look at them. They're in the shape of the aerosols, but they're lifting really high. This is like a different kind of mix. So something is pulling these aerosols up. You can see right where they sprayed that the clouds are gaining height. So this is some kind of weird aerosol that's being deployed out here. And I documented what was going on in this area. Started out clear, and then wham, they got it. So the map really, yeah, I guess part of it's loaded all the way. Let's see if we can spot any kind of more bunker fuel operation. We know some are right here off the coast. So why is this not loading? Oh, it's just taking forever. I don't know what's going on with the maps tonight. Yeah, I'll just kind of see if I can go through here. And so we got aerosols out here where the earthquakes are hitting, the bigger earthquakes. And what do we got going right here? What's this? Is that, you know, something heating from the ground, or is that flood waters? What is that? I'm going to have to go on Google Earth later and figure out what's going on right there. Yeah, the layer for the bunker fuel is not loading. It's only loading over here. See if it helps. No, don't help to change the layer. I guess they don't want us to see. I can already see two right here. You got one bunker fuel ship, two bunker fuel ships. Bunker fuel ships and aerosols. What are they conjuring up out here? Look at that thing. Yeah, so it looks like they're trying to create some kind of low pressure system out here. I can't believe this ain't loading up. Look, there's some more bunker fuel ships right here and right here. Wow, it's just not going to load. All right, well, I can already see a few of them. If it don't load tonight, we can always double back tomorrow and check them. Get them documented for what kind of weather engineering they're going to be doing. We got tons of aerosols and fires here off the coast of Oregon. These are some high flying aerosols being dumped. You can see the aerosol and then you can see the shadow. And there's a lot of them. Tons of aerosols in the fire zones. We see that every single time. They're connected. So yeah, tons of fires going on, tons of aerosols. Whoa, what'd this guy do up here? Let's get that to load up, man. That's a weird formation. Wow, the maps are just loading really, really slow tonight. Like everything else seems to be working good. I was really wanting to see these weird spray patterns, but it's just not loading very good. So we got tons of fires in Oregon, one up here in North California. Everything else is looking pretty good. Here's where the big engineering program's been over the... Yeah, look at all them microwave clouds. Yeah, so the Bajas have been a target. They've been pulling up the atmospheric river from down here, deploying the aerosols, and now they're hitting it with the frequencies. They want to call these gravity wave clouds, but that's not what they are. They're frequency clouds. These aren't from the winds. They're from all these aerosols being deployed, then hit with the radar weapons. I mean, look at that stuff. That is just... You would think they would be normal white puffy clouds, but they're in like a roll cloud. Very strange. Like every night I look at this, it just seems like things get stranger every day. So there's still an aerosol deployment over the Bahamas. It's getting smaller, but you could definitely see them. So if you're on vacation, you're getting chemtrailed all over the Bahamas. There's a fire on the Bahamas. See if I can get that to come in any better. Man, the maps are just sucking today. Definitely smoke and aerosols. See, they're always together. Fires and airplane tracks. A lot of fires in Florida, probably mainly controlled burns. People burning leaves off. Actually, fires all over the south. They've been doing a lot of spraying over the New Madrid zone here lately. Makes you wonder what's going on. Yeah, them three guys right there, they laid down some heavy duty. Heavy duty thick liners. You know, a lot of people are pretty clear right now. Illinois, Indianapolis, Kentucky, North Carolina may have a few up in the north. South Carolina, everybody's pretty clear in the far northeast, or north, that'd be southeast. Aerosol is being deployed over San Antonio, Texas. X marks the spots everywhere. These are kind of a low level spraying operation, it looks like. I'm sure if there's people out there, you know what they're doing out there. You've seen them. You could let me know if they were high sprayers or low. It makes a difference. If you're seeing the real high spraying operations, that means they're setting up for somewhere downwind. If they're spraying low, that means they're trying to target you a little quicker. So another program down here in Argentina and Chile, man, they get, it's about as much in the southern part as anywhere else on the planet that's get heavy aerosols. We see a lot of bunker fuel out here off the west coast, their west coast. This is an atmospheric river being pulled up to South Africa while you got all these typhoon circulations over here. We're going to check the water temperatures and see what is going on over here. So the Horn of Africa is getting ready to get wiped out, flooded out like the days of Noah down here. And of course they're dropping the I forgot what I was going to call these things. They're just like dumps. They're not like full lines. They're little segmented sprays, but they turn into like dumps. So they probably don't have the new sprayer planes over here. So they're just dumping bags out the back of the plane or something. Yeah, they're just real short, like off and on sprayers. Let's go ahead and go up, check the UK. What are they doing out here to this low pressure? Let's see if the bunker fuel layer will load. Yeah, it sucks you only get to enjoy maybe one blue day. That's weird. The cloud effective radius 3.7 is just not loading today. So the UK looking pretty clear. You know, you got the little bit of leftovers. But look, they're starting a new operation. Man, look at these weird drifting aerosols. So you're clear right now, but all this stuff is heading your way all over the UK. And we got a new operation here in France. Let's let that clear up really good. Look at these guys. So when you see these pass like this, sometimes they turn the sprayers off, do a U-turn, and they go back, spray that line, then a U-turn. Sometimes they leave them on as they do the U-turn. On them days, you'll see a bunch of S-pattern aerosols being deployed. These guys are just gridding. These are grids. They're laying the grid work for the moisture. You see these have already drifted out into bigger clouds. Let's see if we can get a better look at this. Yeah, I need like a bib. Like I'm actually not in a studio. We don't have a studio built. I'm in a master bathroom with stud walls. So like everything is on one little desk and it's really easy to knock stuff over. Look at these big, thick, short, fat liners up here. That's a big one. These remind me of the smoke curtain. That's like a Zeppelin right there. Join the club. Maybe we need to design some AGWN bibs. Like a barbecue, what are them things called? Aprons? All right, so France is definitely getting waxed. I mean, they're getting hit with some of the thickest stuff I've seen. And then Peru just got hit by 5.3 as we're talking. Look at the shadow from this super thick aerosol. Look at the shadow it's putting on the ground, man. Tell me that's not some thick, heavy metals. Here's the shadows for them. Hey, thanks out there, Keen Tribe. Oh, I just see a new operation over here in Portugal. You know, Portugal's, they always tell you sunny Portugal. Man, they're one of the most aerosol places on the planet. And what was weird, it might have been last year, could have been the year before, but up here in Portugal, the radar sites went down, like all of them across the whole Portugal. And all the cloud seeding stopped. Because the planes didn't have radar to go by, so they halted all geoengineering for like 2 months till they had all the radars fixed. Soon as the radars went back online, man, it was massive spraying operations again. And we have aerosols smack over the middle of the desert. You know, there's no humidity going over Mali and Algeria and Libya. These are all man-made clouds over the desert that, like they keep saying, they're going to turn the desert green. Hey, thanks for Drone Wolf Media. Thanks for supporting us. Just make sure you guys subscribe to all the backup stuff. I keep forgetting to pin it down in the comments. It is all in the description, though. So anyway, the people of Somalia are getting ready to get just pummeled with more rain. They don't need anything. It's like they did in the Midwest this year. They flooded everything out to where every dam, in fact, a lot of the dams breached, broke, were exploded. You know, some of the major flooding back earlier this year is because they used dynamite to break up some ice up in like South Dakota, might have been North Dakota, South Dakota area. Then the big hunks of ice go flowing down, and then they blew out the dam below. That's what started causing all the flooding back in like March. And then it never stopped. We're still flooded here in Missouri. So we got aerosols over China, the People's Republic of China. So they're trapping all that smog in with aerosols. So they're probably going to be really lit up with toxic stuff on the map, on the Earth null. You notice these things are always flying in threes, anywhere from 3 to 6 planes side by side. Look how many is up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 grid lines in a row. So mass spraying operation over China. In fact, there's quite a few. Looks like Japan's actually cleared. They got actual, possibly real clouds over China. Not seeing nothing big going on up in Russia. They got slammed a couple of weeks ago, like really bad. And our bunker fuel stuff. Why are they blocking out Australia? So the only way I can see Australia, it looks like, is if I zoom in. Wow, I gotta really zoom in. Wow, look at the fires. So even though it's rained over and over in this area, the fires have gotten worse. I mean, look down here. Batman's Bay. So more ash clouds to land on the beach. Hey, thanks out there, Hollins. Much love out there. So let's check the layers on this. Look how they all kind of go up in a line. So right here, the wind's pretty much blowing straight east. Whoa. What's going on with the storm there in the south? Look at how it's arcing out. And you got the microwave signatures in the clouds. So, whoa. Look at the smoke going over Sydney. Hey, thanks out there, Wxxxx Expedito, or I can't even pronounce that, but much love. Thanks for helping us. Man, look at the smoke over Sydney. What is this stuff? We got something going on with no hotspots. In fact, there's several right here with no hotspots. So, wow. It's really ramping up in Australia. Look at this, man. It's just going nuts out here. Holy crap. It's the whole Australia is on fire. No fires in Brisbane. You get up past that, then they start back up in the north. This really sucks. I can't zoom out and look. We got a new fire in Tasmania. We even got fires out there off the island. See if the bunker fuel, the aerosols. Well, now it's not bunker fuel. Well, I do see one right there. But look, the aerosols are started back up. So they're deploying the accelerants with the planes. I mean, I don't know why they're spraying down here unless they're trying to pull this atmospheric river up. There's definitely a bunker fuel ship right there, and this thing probably won't load. In fact, I already had it on. It's not coming on. Hey, thanks out there, Tom. Nice crowd out there, too. Let's take a look at New Zealand, man. We're always getting weird stuff going on down here in New Zealand. Uh-oh, it just, my restream just, logged me out. Hold on, I gotta unblock the ad block. It won't let me log in. Invalid email, what the heck? Well, what is going on here? I guess it don't matter if the stream is still Wow, my restream is saying that I'm using an invalid. Hopefully I didn't get just hacked during the stream. Alright, let's just get back into this. We'll get through this. I'll figure that out later. So here's some more of them real weird signature clouds. No fires going on. Aerosols to the east side of New Zealand. And then you got that mixing in with the fire smoke. But you got weird cloud formations over here. I mean, there's got to be some mountains or something right there that's right in the Christchurch area. This is where the most heavy sprayed area is. That thing looks like a face. Kind of turned sideways. Yeah, look at that. It's just like right here. Whatever is going on, that's where it's starting from. More weird cloud formations. Now, the other day we had that vortex of algae bloom that was kind of spinning, going around. It finally disappeared. I mean, you can kind of see stuff still out here, but it's not looking like an eyeball. You got weird waves. You know, is that in the water? What is weird stuff right there? I'm pretty sure earlier. Yeah, look, we have aerosols over here by Tonga. So they're where would this moisture be going? Let me look at something real quick. I'm on the wrong area. Here, let's just go to the let's go check out what's going on over here. So you got aerosols over here around Tonga. But I mean, actually, you got a monster spraying operation in a spot that you normally don't get a lot of spraying. But these fires, man, is just insane over here off the coast of I mean, these have been going on for 3 months now. Yeah, I've seen some of the photos and videos coming out of there. But look, of all these firestorms, this is the only one that's getting the, like, the frequency wave lines. Like something's pushing it, whether it be the wind. There's a way we can check. We can check the winds at different heights, just to see which way the wind's actually blowing. You know, these fires can get so bad that they create their own weather. Look, there's like a vortex right there, right where the fires are. So you got wind coming in from the south, and wind coming from the north, wind coming from the west. So that smoke, this is at the surface, so the smoke doesn't make sense. When you're looking at that, and then you look at the wind models, let me try going a day forward, because we may be, yeah, it doesn't make sense. The smoke is going a different way than, let's go up to 1,000 foot up. Same thing. It's like creating its own heat vortex. Let's go up to 4,000 foot up. Now here's where the winds are running west to east. And see, they're dipping up, so that means that it's, let's go to 700, 500. Let's go to the jet stream. So there's the jet streams, like going right over the fire zone. Let's check the wave heights. So we got some kind of wave thing going on over here. 36 foot waves. So look, all these tropical storms as of right now are not putting off hardly any waves. Look at the leftover waves from the typhoon. And if I remember right, we got some pretty big waves headed for the west coast. 33.7 foot waves. See where that's going. Well, it's going to dissipate, but the whole west coast, it looks like it's going to be under, 15 foot waves. Nothing major. Wow, look at this. Now that's a wave weapon. 47 foot. Let's see where that thing is going. Right over to the Ireland. Man, 49 foot waves. 49.4. So we're going to have to 50 foot waves. We're giving a wave alert for Ireland and the UK. You got a wave weapon headed your way. 49.3 foot waves, 49.6. So right there, you're getting hit with the 35 foot waves. Man, them waves are not letting up, man. They're going to hit hard. 40 footers, 45 foot. So huge alert for the 8th. Here in about 4 days. Ireland and the UK is going to get blasted with monster waves. And the last time we gave one of these alerts was down in Portugal, and the waves were crashing in and tearing off the decks on the second floor hotels on the ocean. So yeah, definitely heads up over there in Europe, or over here in the UK. Ireland, big waves. So you got a few days to prepare for them babies coming in, because you go, here's now, so you go, there's the 5th, here's the 6th. So just on the 7th, they spin up this monster cyclone, and then wham, it hits into Ireland. Now I wanted to see let's go ahead and check the sea surface temperatures. No El Niños forming. So here's the crazy thing. Here's all the hot water. This is the really hot water in the purples. I mean, you're looking at 88-degree water. Look where all the cyclones are forming. You're looking at 79-degree water. How is all these cyclones, you know, over here in cool water? So that's pretty nuts, man. You got all them cyclones over here in cooler water. So that should tell you something right there. We'll see the anomalies. Cold spot right where the hurricane is right now, or the typhoon. Got a weird heat anomaly there off the coast of Africa. And then we got the big blob out here off the west coast and up off Alaska. We got a bright spot off the charts there off the coast of Nova Scotia. All right, let's go ahead and check the carbon monoxide at the surface. And look what's going on in Northern California, Oregon, and Washington. We got big levels, 49.47 parts per billion volume. Yeah, we'll check the auroras here in a minute. You know, we've had the news coming out about the methane leaking out here in the ocean. We've been finding hot spots out there. That's what I'm saying. Something is going on with the crust. And it's always high over off the upper northeast. China's actually not looking that bad. Maybe that's why they're spraying the aerosols, because it's not bad enough. We just check Australia. Look, you can see all the fire smoke, you know, all over New Zealand, all the way from Australia. Bad air quality. They're off Washington, Oregon, California, and over here by Boston and up in Toronto. Actually, all the way up BC. Yeah, we got some bad particulate matter down here in Texas. What's going on down here? Let me look at something. What is going on over there? Is there a big fire I didn't see? So that's right there. Around Corpus Christi, but I'm not seeing, I mean, we see a few little spot fires. We see a bunch of aerosols. Maybe it's this flume of smoke right here. I have no idea what is causing that. We're not seeing it on this. Let's go ahead and just check the auroras are weak. Nothing going on with the auroras. Alright, we're probably done with that. Let's go ahead and check the, while we're here, let's go ahead and check the northern and southern hemisphere. I want to go to the, so we are getting a little bit of a plasma lightning down here. Let's see if this will load. It may not load. I mean, sometimes these maps don't want to load. Oh, I know what we forgot to look at while we're waiting on that to load. We forgot to look at the heating event in the ionosphere. This is what's going to push the cold air. See, we got these are the polar jet stream winds. These are up in the troposphere, way up, high as you can get. In fact, then you go down a layer and there's hardly any winds. But what I want to look at is the temperatures. And you can see, let me take the winds off. The dark blue is the cold temperatures. I mean, we're looking at minus 112.5 degrees this high in altitude. But this turquoise, or whatever color you want to call this, kind of a bluish, is only minus 20. So they're heating this side, and they're going to push that cold air over. Let's push it up a day. So it looks like, see, they're wanting to push this cold air back over towards the United States as far as I can go. So it's still a week or two out. But like, if they can't get it going this way, they'll start heating it this way and they'll push it all the way around. We've seen it time and time again. And of course, they're heating the whole Antarctic. So like when you're getting these purple, that to me, that's signs of the plasma from the compression events. And I don't know what is going on there. We got the black and white, the checkerboard, the Masonic colors. Yeah, here's a big bolt. You know, funny, it's emanating right there around the Hart facility and shooting around. Let's go ahead and check the southern hemisphere. And here we go. We got more plasma lightning down here by Australia. See if we can get this to load. I mean, this is the clearest satellite imagery you can actually get of the northern and southern hemisphere. It's like the only one, really, unless you want to look at the cartoon ones. Yeah, I've got Discord and all that. All that stuff should be in the down in the links. Let me look here. They deleted all my, I'll have to put the Discord on there because they it's not there. They keep deleting all the stuff I put down there. Yeah, I'll try to I'll make a video of all the different channels. I'll make sure all the links will be there and working, because they keep deleting. You know, before you could paste in all the information, then just put in your tags and show links, and now they delete it all every time. And I'm not sure why this one isn't loading, because I'd really like to look at this. Maybe if I shrink it down. It's not working. Oh, wow, what happened? I mean, you tell me this is pretty good imagery for down over the Antarctic. You know, of course, they're not going to show us if there's like a hole in the center. But we've actually seen them dropping aerosols down here. Ship tracks. Like, we can spot when there's a fleet of ships going to Antarctica. I mean, we catch them on here every time. I mean, you could get really good and watch where they have their bases at certain times of the year down here and spy on them. All right, it's just not going to go real good for us on this thing. Yeah, it's so much every night, man. It's hard to keep up with everything. Like, it's impossible to cover everything in 1 hour. It's just like impossible. Anyway, guys, nice crowd out there. I'm going to go ahead and call this a show. I want to thank everybody out there that helped support us. And I will try tomorrow to put the links to all the other backup channels in case they take us down. We've already seen they've took some channels down early. And we'll just go from there. Anyway, guys, we're going to play a song called Rise. Play a couple songs. I'll come join you in chat. I'll jump over on D Live, give away the treasure chest.